Hi everybody, welcome. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Kate and I have a quick and painless ballet abs and core focused workout for you. So let's go ahead and get started in any kind of comfortable seated position. Sit up nice and tall, drop your chin to chest, and let's just do a few little neck rolls. Good to try and get out any kinks before we start moving. Drop the chin to the chest, roll down, straighten the spine, have a nice long back here for a moment, and then sit up tall again. Pull the navel, roll down, straighten, and extend up. Now let's reverse that. We'll hinge forward with a nice flat back, drop our head and chest while we pull our belly button in, come back, and then sit up nice and tall. Good, just getting a little mobility in the spine. So reach our hands long, take an inhale. As you exhale, stretch over to one side. Keep a nice broad chest as you do so. We want to have a nice shoulders down the back, nice long neck. Up again, over to the opposite side. Excellent. A nice, lovely, long stretch in our side body. Really think of reaching out long through the fingertips. Back up to seated. Again, over to the side. Now this time, let's roll slightly forward. Reach the hand in a diagonal in front of you. And then straight back up, stretching open to the sky, lifting the chest and the sternum up. Rotate a small twist. And then straight back up to the sky. Good. Back to center. And then to seated. Other side, really reach long through the fingertips. Take a moment. As you exhale, roll forward, reaching that hand out into a small diagonal in front of you. Up, and then open your chest up to the sky. We get a nice stretch in our chest. Again, down, reach the hand long, rounding in the low back, and then up we go. Last time. Back to center, and then straight up. So we got a little bit of movement going on, and now let's get to work. We'll turn to the side and sit up nice and tall on your sit bones. Sometimes you might want to move the flesh of your seat away so you can really get grounded. Plant both feet in front of you. You want them about hip-width distance apart. Now before we get started, imagine you're squeezing your inner thighs towards one another, pulling the low belly in and up. Think of scooping out, hollowing out the belly. Hands can come behind the knees if you'd like, behind the thighs, not quite behind the knees. Sit up nice and tall and stretch your right foot out in front of you. Take a breath here. As you exhale, bring the left up to meet the right. Now you'll probably rock back just a little bit, but try and sit as far forward on your sit bones as you possibly can. Point the toes, and now rotate the inner thighs. We want to be parallel. We want to try and squeeze our knees together. Now this is a really challenging exercise on its own, and we should already be feeling a little heat in the belly. But if you'd like an additional challenge, straighten the legs, or maybe just straighten one at a time. Come back. Yeah, let's do that a couple of times. That's awesome. Really still think each time that you're extending and straightening the leg that you're keeping the chest lifted. Awesome job. Good, maybe we extend our hands in front of us for a moment. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, let's plant the feet down. We'll scoot a little forward. Let's go ahead and come up nice and tall and seated. Extend both hands out in front of you, palms up to the sky. Lift the chest before we even start. Slowly roll down, one vertebrae at a time, keeping the shoulders down the back. Reach the hands up over the head. Take an inhale as you start to curl forward. Exhale to bring yourself all the way back up to seated. Awesome. This is really challenging on its own. So if you need a little extra support or help, you can keep your hands behind your knees or reach and kind of walk them down. That is always an option. Knowing that keeping a good alignment and form is far better than trying to muscle your way through it. We want to use our breath and use our core strength to let us lift it rather than like a momentum of coming forward with your body. But let's go ahead and roll all the way down to the ground. Take a moment to get settled. Hands can be down by the sides of your body. Plant the feet firmly on the mat, hip width distance apart. Reach your right foot up. We're in a nice tabletop position. Point your toe. Take an inhale. As you exhale, bring the left up to meet the right. Now pull the belly button in, and I want you to think of the low back pressing into the mat. We'll extend our right leg long and then draw it in. Extend the left leg long, draw it in. Awesome. Now as we're doing this, we'll keep a parallel, we'll keep our legs parallel to begin with, rather than working in a turnout. This is a little different for dancers. Sometimes it's easier just to keep our legs turned out the entire time, but this can be challenging as well. Draw both knees in. This time let's lift the chest. Hands can be out to the side, or if you'd like to make a small basket and put it at the base of your spine, that is perfectly acceptable too. Awesome job, everyone. Now I'd really like to make sure you're focusing on not letting the knee come past the hip. We don't want to draw it too far in. Let's add a little twist. So we'll extend and twist to the opposite knee. Now rather than thinking of reaching the elbow up to the knee, I want you to think of reaching the shoulder, lifting and bringing that shoulder up towards your opposite knee. Awesome job. Let's do 2 more on each side. Last time. Go ahead and release down. Bring the feet down for just a moment. Take a breath. Know that at any time you can always take a break, take a breather, come up to seated or maybe child's pose. Let's extend our right leg straight up to the ceiling. Now we're not really focusing on stretching at the moment, so I don't want you to bring it as high as you possibly can. Reach the toe as straight and far towards the ceiling as you possibly can. We'll extend it down and then straight back up. Down and up. Good. From here, we'll keep doing this motion, but we'll turn our leg out. So rotate from the hip joint rather than from your ankle or from your knee. Beautiful. Now each time that you bring and lift the leg up, I want you to think of pulling the navel even closer to the spine, using the abs, using your core to move your leg. Great. Last time. Let's switch to the left. We're keeping it in a parallel position to begin with. Down and up. Really think of reaching that toe out as long as you possibly can. And using your opposite leg, the one that's on the ground, to really keep you stable. We also want to try and imagine that we're moving only from the hip joint, not letting the upper body move at all. Let's go ahead and turn the leg out. Remember, we're rotating from the inner thigh, pointing through the entire leg and foot. Your point really doesn't come from your toe. We want to think about it extending from the entire leg. Down and lift, down and lift. Awesome. Good. And remember, just as I said on the other side, each time you draw the leg up, think of pulling the navel to the spine. Really engaging and starting the movement from the core. Last time, bring both legs straight up. From here, we'll work on just a little turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, turn out. Let's keep them turned out. You can bring your hands out in a T. We'll open, flex the feet and close. Open, flex the feet and close. Good. And just as before, as you draw both legs together, really thinking about that movement, everything starting from the core. So this is a good one for our core, but you're getting a leg workout right here too, especially the inner thighs. Last time, awesome job. Good, let's go ahead and bring our legs to a little chair pose. This is a killer for our obliques, or side muscles in our abs. Bring the hands out to the side, push the low back into the mat. Take an inhale. As you exhale, drop your knees down to one side. Pull them back up, awesome. Now as you do this, it doesn't matter really how far you're dropping the legs, but what I want you to focus on is using your obliques, the side muscles in your stomach, to really draw the hip and the tailbone back down to the ground. Good job. This one is really challenging. So be as slow as you need to, and know that you can always take a break, take a breather. But you know, if you want something a little more challenging, and don't feel bad if this is too much, you can extend your legs and draw it back to the middle. If you are extending the legs straight, you don't really have to come down quite as low, because it's much better to stay in control of the whole movement. So it's almost more of a V shape that you're making if you've got the legs extended. Let's do one more time. All right, great. Let's extend our right leg up to the ceiling. Your left is firmly planted on the ground, and we'll lower and lift. Good. Perfect. Now each time we really want to imagine that we're trying to get our toe as high up to the ceiling as possible, keeping both hips really firmly grounded down. Awesome. Take a moment, turn out from the hip, not from the knee, not from the ankle, from the hip joint. We turn out and do a few more with a lovely turned out leg. Awesome. Let's go ahead and switch to the left side. So plant the right, extend the left straight up, drop it down, pull it up, drop it down, pull it up. Awesome. Now pull the belly button in towards your spine, hollowing out the low belly each time that you lift the leg. So imagine that you're initiating that movement from your core. Let's go ahead and do the turned out movement again. So remember, we're turning out from the hip and really thinking of extending the legs straight, right up to the ceiling. Last time, take a moment, we'll extend both legs up. We'll work on a little turning in, turning out movement to start. Keep it turned out, and you can bring your hands out to a T if you'd like. We'll open and close. Open, flex the feet as you close. And just like I said before, when you're lowering and lifting the legs, use the navel, use the abs to initiate the movement. Awesome job. Let's do 2 more times. Perfect. Awesome. So now we'll make it a little more challenging if you want. You don't have to, but you can extend the legs straight and move them out to the side and then draw them straight back together. Now, as we're doing this, you don't have to take the twist quite as far. We want to make sure that we're really in control. Use your obliques, the side part of your abs, to draw your hips and your feet back to the midline. So you're making just kind of a small V kind of movement. Awesome. Let's do 2 more. Last one on each side. Fabulous. Go ahead and draw your knees in. Maybe you give yourself a little circle, and we'll rock up to a tabletop position. Okay, so we'll go ahead and come to a tabletop position. Plant both hands firmly down, about shoulder width distance apart, and plant both the tops of your feet down onto the mat. That'll relieve any pressure on the knees. Take a moment, pull the tailbone up, pull the belly button in, tailbone to the wall. Knit the ribs together, shoulders down the back. I'd like you to extend one leg straight out behind you. We'll go ahead and keep our leg in a parallel position rather than turned out. So really rotate the knee and the top of the foot down towards the floor. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw the knee in towards your belly button. Extend it out straight. Good. In and out. In and out. Awesome job, everyone. So as you're doing this, when you pull the knee towards the belly, I'd like you to think about hollowing the belly, really activating, just as we've been talking about the entire video, that the movement starts from your core. Now to add a little extra challenge, let's extend our opposite arm out in front of us. Now we'll think of pulling the knee towards the elbow. Extend straight out. So you bring a small curve in the back as you bring the elbow and the knee together. Awesome job. Fabulous. Let's do about 2 more. Last time. Great. Go ahead and bring your hand and knee down. If you need a moment, you can do a little cat and cow. Maybe just a little wiggle. But let's extend our opposite leg straight behind us. Point the toe. Really think of reaching it long. And then draw it in towards your navel. Straight out in front of you. Good. And again, we want to try and keep everything nice and parallel. So imagine that you're squaring your shoulders down to the mat as well as your hips. We don't want to really twist in the upper body. We want to keep the upper body quiet, but we pull the knee towards us. Now again, let's maybe make it a little more challenging. Extend your opposite hand in front of you. Pull the elbow to the knee. Really reach out long. Pull and reach. Good. Keep breathing. I know it's challenging. I'm sweating along with you. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Hand comes down. Good. Awesome job. From here, we'll tuck our toes. Now I want you to pull the belly button in and bring a small roundness in the spine. As you exhale, hover the knees slightly over off of the mat. Take a breath, let the knees drop, untuck the toes, maybe stretch back for a moment. Back up, tuck. Take an inhale, pull the belly button to the spine, small round curve in the back. Exhale, hover the knees. Go ahead and stay here for a few breaths. This should be definitely challenging. You know you can always drop the knees whenever you need to. Maybe send yourself back to a child's pose. Awesome. All right, last time. Tuck the knees, pull the belly button in, lift your knees. Take one deep inhale. As you exhale, we'll come up into a downward facing dog pose. Now if you need to wiggle around a little as you arrive here, no big deal. This next exercise is one of my favorite abdominal exercises. So go ahead and reach your right foot behind you. Keep the leg parallel. You can point the toes, draw the knee into the chest. Send it straight behind you. Knee to chest, extend it straight. Good. Now for a little bit of an oblique work, instead of just bringing the leg straight to the chest, we'll twist it to our left elbow. Good, so we're getting now a little twisting movement, a little oblique work as we do this. Let's do one more. Last time, bring the foot down. Know that at any time you can pause, you can take a break. But let's get ready to do our opposite side. Lift the left foot behind you, point the toe, really reach long through the entire leg, draw the knee in, and send it out. Draw the knee in, and send it out. Awesome job. We are getting a full body workout doing this one. Fabulous. And now let's bring our left knee to our right elbow for that twisting oblique action. Awesome. Let's do 2 more. Last one. Put the foot down, come back to your knees, take a child's pose for a moment, and a breath. Whew, I am definitely feeling that burn. All right, awesome. All right, go ahead and face the side of your mat if you'd like to. Place one hand down on the mat and then extend the opposite leg out straight. Your hand can either be at your hip or up to the sky. Really depends what you feel good about. Now your hand, I want you to look down. Can you see it? You want your eyes directly in line with the palm. We'll extend the leg straight and bring it down. So draw the belly button in just as we've been talking about this entire time. This exercise is a killer on your side obliques. That'll feel great later. Right now it may hurt a lot, that's okay. That's what we want. Let's do 2 more and hold it. Pull the belly button in. Oh, this is a good one both for your glute and your abs. You're keeping everything nice and stable. Maybe extend the arm up to the sky. 1 more inhale. Exhale, switch. We'll move over to the opposite side. So extend one leg out, opposite hand on the other side. Bring your hand to your hip or up to the sky. Reach the foot up. So we'll lower and lift, lower and lift. Good. Keeping it nice, trying to keep it as parallel as you can. It's so easy to turn it out. I like to, but it works a different set of muscles when we keep it turned in, and as dancers, it's good to be well-rounded. Just as we did before, extend it out straight, hold it. Maybe you reach the hand up, take an inhale, exhale, and down. Awesome job, everyone. That was a challenging exercise. That was a very difficult workout, but thank you so much for joining us today. If you want to see some great results, I'd say do that 2 to 3 times a week, and you will definitely be feeling the burn. Again, my name is Kait. Please like the video so you can watch it as often as you like, and see any of our other videos at Psychetruth. Thanks again.